Should I go to college? What should I study? How am I going to pay my tuition? These are a few of the questions that young people these days have, and I get tons of emails on a regular basis, people wanting me to advise them. In this video, I've partnered with Coventry University, who currently are number 15 in the UK Guardian League table. And I've partnered with them to share with you my experience with going to college, why I think college was the best decision for me, and in general, the experience that I had. At what point did I know that college was for me? Now, honestly speaking, coming from the background that I came from as a Nigerian primarily, there was no two ways about it. I just had to go to college. I took the opportunity anyway, and I arrived in England. Now, coming to England was definitely not what I saw on TV, and at the time, I'm going to be honest with you, I had no idea what YouTube was. So there was no going on YouTube searching for people's experiences and getting motivation or whatnot. So the first hurdle that I had to go through was the weather, and for those of you that don't know, it's always summer in Nigeria. Whether it's raining or it's not raining, the weather is literally always hot. Second hurdle was the cuisine. Like my taste buds were so used to egusi soup, jollof rice, you know, my J rice, and I came in and people are serving me like bangers and mash, hash brown, I don't even know. I arrived from Nigeria with a carton of Indomie noodles, so that's what I fed on for the next few weeks. And I mean, it got to me, of course, feeling homesick, the fact that I was a teenager, literally packed my bag and had 0 family members in England. And I remember the one thing that really kept me going was my dad saying to me, "You're alone in England, the best advice is the one that you give yourself." Think about what future you want to have, and the decisions that you make today is what's going to affect your future. It didn't take me very long, and I quickly got over that phase. One thing I thought really helped me as well was the fact that they spoke English. So even though I was in a foreign land, I could understand the language. From the beginning of my studying in England, I arrived with a different mindset. And that mindset was, to whom much is given, much is expected. So at the end of every academic year, I was expected, bearing in mind that I have Nigerian parents, I was expected to produce amazing results. That brings me to the academic aspect of studying in the UK. For me, my experience was top-notch. I benefited so much from the lectures, from the seminars. There was so much that I didn't know in the beginning that I quickly picked up. And one example that comes to mind was being in a small seminar group and the lecturer saying to me, "Well, Adanna, next week is your turn to come up and give a PowerPoint presentation." And I remember going back to my campus room thinking, I have no idea how to give a PowerPoint presentation. I don't even know how to make the slide. I don't think I'm courageous enough to stand in front of the class to talk. But I mean, eventually that went fine. I don't think that would have been the greatest PowerPoint presentation, but the fact is I learned how to give a PowerPoint presentation, and I learned how to stand in front of a group of people and explain a certain topic. When it comes to learning, I thought what was really amazing was the fact that every student had a dedicated personal tutor. So if you struggled with academics, if there are topics that you didn't understand, or there was anything that was confusing at all, you did have a personal point of contact. I thought that was brilliant. In the classroom as well, what was beautiful was the diversity of students, and one of the best friends that I made in England is South African, so she would have also come from South Africa to study in the UK. And I thought the diversity was a different aspect of learning. So you could learn about a different culture or different cuisine from people that you interacted with without actually having to travel to that country. I thought that was brilliant. When it comes to the social life, okay guys, I had a brilliant social life. Like, when I think about the fact that I'm very busy at the moment with a child, with working as a doctor, and with YouTube and every extracurricular activities, and sometimes unfortunately I'm not able to go out clubbing or make social appointments, I think about my experience in the UK and I literally have zero regrets. Like, I think about missing social events now as I've been there, I've done that, because I had fun. Me having that independence, living away from home, not having a curfew, having to go out whenever I wanted, stay out till 2-3 a.m, come back whenever I wanted. Just having that independence really gave me another aspect of maturity. It made me smart enough to balance my social life as well as my academic life. I know for a fact that if I had gone to university from home, I would have been restricted socially because my parents would have been concerned about me keeping late nights or going to certain events. But when I was in England by myself, I was independent. But no matter what I did, I knew at the back of my mind that no matter how late I was out or no matter what event I went to, I had to be fit enough to attend lectures the next day. I believe that's where the maturity comes in. You being out and saying to yourself, I've had enough, without mommy or daddy calling you to say, why you're not back home. So that's an aspect of maturity that I developed. Another thing that I really appreciated about studying abroad was the opportunity to take part in extracurricular activities, including joining societies like the ACS. So the ACS is the Afro-Caribbean Society, and that's one society that I was really grateful that I joined. Not only the fact that I met David there, who is my husband now, but also the fact that it brought a group of people together and personally made me feel like I was home away from home. I was also a president of the Yoga Society, who would have thought. I was a member of the badminton, and I took part in lots of extracurricular activities, and the great benefit of that was that made my CV really competitive to be able to apply for medical school. Another thing that made my experience of studying abroad really positive was the overall university structure. I mentioned this in a video that I made about the 5 things to consider before going into medical school, and the advice that I gave in that video doesn't just apply to only medical school but really to any college. It's important that as an international student to consider a university that would support you before and during your stay there. Universities that can help you with language barriers, that can help you with any legal issues that might arise while you're in that country. Universities that would counsel you when you experience difficult times, and most importantly, when it comes to financial aid. Now, I know that there's a huge emphasis on finances because a lot of people want to know, how would I support myself when I come abroad? And most importantly, how can I even afford the tuition? And the reason I'm very happy to partner with Coventry University in this video is because they're one of the universities in England that have a huge emphasis on providing financial aid to international students who come abroad. Most importantly, Nigerian students. The Nigerian High Achiever Scholarship Award is one of such awards available to Nigerian students who have the desire to want to study abroad, have the commitment, and are really hardworking. And you can get more information about that scholarship in the description box if you click down below. With all that said, would I advise someone to go to college or university, and would I advise someone to study abroad? Yes, I would. I know that it's scary to think about packing your bags, leaving home and going to somewhere that you don't know anyone. Most people might be worried about racism. Throughout my stay in the UK, I did not experience any form of racism. I believe going to college opens up endless opportunities. My experience of studying abroad has helped shape who I am today. Packing my bags and leaving home made me independent, made me mature enough to make decisions independent of anyone else. My interaction with international students has exposed me and made me look at things in a different way. So I think that if you do get the opportunity to study abroad, I think that it's going to be the best decision of your life. And I'm not just referring to high school students who are thinking of whether or not to go to college. If you get the opportunity to do a higher level education or a master's degree outside of your comfort zone, I think it's the greatest opportunity to take. Coventry University, for example, offer a lot of higher level education, master's degree. I know for a fact there's a huge emphasis on oil and gas in Nigeria, and Coventry do offer a master's program in oil and gas management, global and international business, MBAs. So I would definitely advise that you check out their website to find out what courses are available and what financial aid will be available to you. I really do hope that you found this video useful. If you're currently studying abroad, leave a comment below and let me know what experiences you're facing in the country that you are. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.